Hi guys, welcome to the channel, and in today's video I wanted to talk about the upcoming Google Pixel event, and here are some of my expectations and some of the things that I'm actually hoping for happens at the event. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. Alright, so let's begin with what is going to be the creme de la creme of the event, the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. I hope Google comes out with a different name, but for now we're going with this. Now this is going to be the highlight of all the devices that Google will be announcing, which includes four different phones, including the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, two watches this time, the 41mm and the 45mm of the Pixel 3, and also the new Pixel Buds. Apparently they're coming out with wingtips added now, so really excited for that one. But again, let's talk about the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Now for me, I actually skipped the original Pixel Fold because I was a little hesitant, especially when a company brings out a new device for the very first time. I'd like to see how it performs, and opinions were mixed. People liked the design of the phone, but they had some glaring complaints, especially when it came to the brightness of the screen. Now, quickly going over the specs, the Pixel Fold, the OG model, came in at 283 grams, 7.6 inner display with a 5.8 outer display and 1450 nits peak brightness. And the rumored specs for the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is about 240 grams in weight, 8-inch inner display with a 6.24 outer display and a 2700 nits peak brightness. Now comparing that to the Samsung Galaxy Fold 6 that I have, this comes in at 239 grams, 7.6 inner display, 6.3 outer display with 2600 nits peak brightness. Now, comparing the OG to the newly to be released Pixel 9 Pro Fold, it seems a big step when it comes to addressing one of the biggest issues, which was brightness, but also they're trimming down nearly 40 grams in weight while becoming bigger. I mean, this is rumored to be one of the thinnest foldable phones out there. It's going to challenge the Vivo phones and the Oppo phones, so that'll be interesting to see how Google manages that. Now, whenever companies come out with new phones annually, one of the expected upgrades is their processor. And in Google's case, it's going to be their Tensor G4 chip. Now, I've had the Google Pixel 8 Pro with the G3, and one of the biggest complaints that I had with the G3 was that that phone would get hot, especially if you ran games. I mean, it doesn't have to be very highly graphic intensive games. Something as simple as Pokemon Go would make the phone seem like a hand warmer for icy cold days. So will the G4 have the same heating problems, or Google has figured out some way to keep their heating issues in check? Now, one thing to note is that the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is going to come with 16 gigs of RAM. That is to help the G4 not getting hot. Compare that to the Z Fold 6. The Z Fold 6 actually comes in with 12 gigs of RAM because I feel Samsung feels confident that their Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip does not need that RAM assistance to keep itself cooled and in the best optimum shape. Another thing that I'm really curious about the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is the crease. How noticeable is that going to be? If you guys saw my review of the Z Fold 6 that I made, which I still have and will be returning, the crease is noticeable. I tried showing in the video. It probably didn't come out right, but you do notice the screen. You do notice the crease. And when you run your finger over it, that you feel it. And I've also shown in that video how some content, when it is on the screen, especially when I'm playing games like Pokemon Go, the berries or the balls, especially the berries, when it is in that middle crease, it doesn't register my touch. So that was an issue for me. Maybe it's a software issue that can be fixed with patches, but to get that right out of the box was a little bit disappointing. Now, whenever we get phones, one of the biggest things that we look at is camera. Google has a very stellar reputation when it comes to image quality. So I'm really not worried that Google really hasn't done an upgrade to their camera hardware, because I know that Google will work its magic in software once you take the picture. As I had mentioned in the beginning of this video, phones are not the only thing that Google will be announcing at this event. They're also going to be announcing the Pixel Watch 3. Now, I have in my hand the Pixel Watch 2. This is the 41 millimeter variant, the only one that they released last year. But I'm really interested to see the 45 millimeter variant. I actually love this watch. I've tried using the Galaxy Watch Ultra, and honestly, for me, this watch is a little bit too much. I actually feel very overwhelmed when I use this watch. I don't think I use all the features to justify its price, and I feel guilty having this in my wrist. Also, not a big fan of the design. I'm not sure if this is a circle or a square, or someone in the designing department got confused and decided to give us both. So, yeah, I feel like this watch, again, is a little bit too ultra for me. The only complaint that I had with this watch was the size. As someone who's always used 45, 44 millimeter watches, and 47 millimeter like the Ultras is a bit too much. So again, having a 45 millimeter Pixel 3 watch is going to be that sweet spot, and I am really excited for it. And one of the last things that Google is going to announce at the event is the Galaxy Buds. Now, this is the Galaxy Buds 2 that I have. The Galaxy Buds 3 are going to come out. It's probably going to be the same design, except this time we're going to get wingtips. I don't know what the purpose of that is, if it's just to have it more secure in your ear. I've never had issues with this falling out even when I've used it in the gym. One complaint that I had with the Buds 2 was that at times the call quality would not sound the best. I felt that the volume wasn't high enough, or I couldn't hear the person on the other end clearly, especially when I would use something like WhatsApp to make video calls, or generally if I was in a crowded space, the volume would just seem very muffled, or as if I was in a tunnel. Now, comparing it to something like the Soundcore Liberty 4 Pro noise canceling, this was really good, and it still is. I actually paired this with my phone to use as my daily driver. So I'm really hoping, if I am getting the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, if I'm getting the Pixel 3, and if I'm getting the Pixel Buds 3, the call quality is better, because I like living or using products that are of the same ecosystem so that it complements each other nicely. With all that being said, I, for one, am truly excited for this upcoming Google event. It is just literally a couple of days away, and I'm really excited to know what Google is going to bring to the table. Now, I know it's going to be very AI focused, like in the ads that they've been pushing. It's going to be very Gemini focused. So it's going to be very software oriented versus hardware. But I'm really interested to see what kind of new software innovations Google is going to bring, and the current hardware, whether it's going to be able to complement the software that Google is going to push. That's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. How excited are you guys for this upcoming Google event? Or has Samsung already impressed you from an Android perspective? Or are you going to wait and see what Apple is going to bring at their event in September? Or are you interested in getting some of the other phones that are not available in the US market but on paper can absolutely crush the Z Fold 6 and possibly the Pixel 9 Pro Fold? And that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Again, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and be blessed. And we'll see you again.